Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy has spoken of his distrust of the Iranian government and also accused Iran of earning money through the supply of drones to Russia. In an interview with Canada's CTV television network, President Zelenskyy says Iran supplies Russia with drones killing Ukrainians. However, Iran has denied that drones being used in Ukraine are Iranian-made, and President Zelenskyy did not believe that statement. Ukraine is accusing Iran of violating United Nations Security Council ban on the transfer of drones capable of flying 300 kilometers. Responding to the accusation, Ukraine's UN Ambassador Sergei Kislitsa invited UN experts to visit the country to inspect what Ukraine say were Iranian-origin drones being used by Russia against civilian targets. Meanwhile, Iran's UN Ambassador Amir Said Iravani categorically rejected unfounded and unsubstantiated claims that Iran has transferred drones for the use in the conflict in Ukraine and accused unnamed countries of trying to launch a disinformation campaign to wrongly establish a link with the UN resolution. In the meantime, Russia and Iran are denying that Russia is using Iranian-made drones in the war in Ukraine. Ukraine accuses Iran of violating a UN Security Council ban on the transfer of drones capable of flying 300 kilometers. The UN Security Council held a closed council meeting Wednesday requested by Britain, France, and the US. Russian Deputy Ambassador to the United Nations, Dmitry Polyansky, says Russia has its own drone industry which produces the things that the country needs for that campaign, and added that all those allegations are entirely in the conscience of Russia's Western colleagues. Meanwhile, Iranian ambassador to the UN, Said Iravani, says Iran categorically rejected unfounded and unsubstantiated claims that Iran has transferred drones for the use of the conflict in Ukraine. Meanwhile, the Biden administration is backing the EU as it gathers evidence that Iran is supplying drones to Russia for its use in the war in Ukraine. Officials and diplomats on Wednesday said the EU is drawing up a list of sanctions in retaliation. Russia is believed to have sent waves of Iranian-made Shahid drones over Ukraine to strike at power plants and other key infrastructure. EU foreign ministers discussed the use of drones Monday as the 27-nation bloc gathered evidence about Iran's alleged sale to Russia. In Washington, State Department Deputy Spokesman Vedant Patel says the U.S. will join the British and French in raising the issue at a closed meeting of the Security Council, where members will hear from an expert briefer on the transfer of the drones from Iran to Russia.
Reports that the EU is considering